sometimes you just have to start, right, to find out what the
Yeah,
answer is going to be.
that's great. Well, I'll tell you today. So I do about 3 years ago, I decided I was kind of fed up of being, very much overweight. So I went through Kaiser Medical Weight Management Program, lost a boatload of weight, and decided I needed something to keep my attention. So I decided to do short distance triathlons. And it's funny, I tell people all the time, I said, well, it's just short distance. It's like a half-mile swim, a 13-mile bike, and a 3-mile run. It's not really long stuff. And they said, dude, that's that's more than I'm doing in triathlons. I'm not doing anything. And so
Mm-hmm.
I have to remind myself, well, it is good. It keeps my attention. But like most mornings I will do something. Today I get up and in the rain swim outdoors for about 45 minutes. Um, Doing that, I try to start my day doing that. In the last few months, I've learned the power of yoga and stretching, and just how sharpening the saw and keeping some of those things right that we don't always pay attention to really help us. And there are great lessons there for business. It's the basic stuff of keeping your business in shape that really helps it. So I do that. I do a little bit of yoga. I do running. And then I get back and will I meet with clients generally 2-3 times a month on a hybrid consulting coaching basis. And so I will spend mornings either in some meetings or preparing for other meetings, trying to figure out how to simplify and focus, help my clients focus. I mean, for me, since I'm working with business owners, one of the biggest challenges is try to help them simplify as much as possible, make it easy for them to implement and make change. I mean, an awful lot of what I'm doing is helping them change habits. And habit change isn't easy. So I'm constantly spending time during the day figuring out how can we change this habit? How can we change that habit? Think bigger, think a little bit bigger, focus and move forward. So my day, like I had a coaching session with someone today, and we're spending time going back to Stephen Covey's 4 quadrants of urgent and important.
Mm-hmm.
And this person knows what they want and need to do, but they're spending, by their estimate, they spend 85% of their time in the urgent and important quadrant, and almost no time in any of the other quadrants. So it's not like they're sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm spending all my day on the internet." They're not doing that. But as we kind of get into it, if all your time is being spent working on the urgent, you're not being able to work on the important. So I spend time with him, going through and saying, how can we change that habit? How can we help you implement a little bit of change here? Just take baby steps. There's one of my all-time favorite movies is What About Bob? The Bill Murray movie with Richard Dreyfuss. You look puzzled. It was great. Bill Murray. It was one of Bill Murray's great comedies, I thought. And he was what's the right phrase? He worked with lots of therapists and had difficulty. Like he had phobias and couldn't get out of his apartment. And his therapist went on vacation, and so he had to take baby steps. And he had to take his fish with him, and he had a little jar that he put around his neck. But he'd get out of the apartment. Everything was baby steps, and he'd say baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. And I was talking to this client about it today, and he said, "Oh, that's one of my favorite movies." But finding ways to take baby steps and let people know. One of the terms that I'm just in love with right now is start where you are, not where you think you should be. That we all feel like, oh, we're too far behind. We're not where I should be here. If I was more disciplined, I'd be here. I should be here. I should be in more control. And we spend so much time worrying about where we should be, as opposed to just saying, okay, let me start where I am, not where I think I should be. And let me take baby steps and make progress that way.